offline. What?
That's not good.
No, it's not. Oh my god, work. Work. Damn it, work.
Gotta work, bitch.
You gotta work, bitch. We immediately launched into it.
It's on my workout playlist, actually.
You want a Maserati? You want a Lamborghini? You better work, bitch.
Yep. A song and not laugh.
I especially loved it because when I discovered that song, it was paired to those like giant buff men with the eagle heads gif, and they're like dancing, and it was like in time to the song. Let me see if I can find the fucking
Send it to us.
Yes,
the
I got
GIF.
it working now. I'm so happy. I think it's just Twitch on itself because it's been glitching all day.
Yeah, Twitch has been acting really weird for the past, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I actually just straight up wasn't able to stream myself for a while.
Yeah, because now it's saying I have no viewers. I'm like, bitch, I know I have viewers. Don't you dare lie to me.
I found it!
Twice, so...
You were what?
But it's not like
I
found it.
viewing twice because I had you on my tablet and I
found
got
that
you on the
GIF.
computer.
Ah.
So-
Oh my god, it's an entire video. Oh no,
God.
I didn't realize this.
Oh god.
Oh, it's so bad.
I am terrified to see this.
I'm sending it. Oh my god, this is great. This is horrible. I love it.
Are you putting it in my
Oh
group
my
chat?
god. Yes.
Yes. Oh god.
Keep watching,
You
keep
better work
watching.
it. Dun, 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 dun. You gotta work it. Dun, 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 dun. Now get to work, bitch. Hold on. I'm actually... This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna upload
I
this
just
on-
love them like rising ominously out of the ground.
I know. It's so
Alright, so for
funny.
what I'm doing for everyone, I'm putting it on here, and I'm gonna play the song. I'm gonna get so copyrighted. I really
Those
am.
are the only 2 dances I know, by the way.
Here we go.
I learned all of my dancing skills from the Eagles.
Shy, go to the stream.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold. Ah, crap. Pulling up the stream now. No, crap! I clicked the wrong tab.
This is beautiful.
Yes! Yes!
This is what the world deserves.
This is what the world deserves. Oh my god,
bitch.
look at it go! Better work, bitch. Oh.
Then me being gay
Yes.
as I can.
I'm gonna grab that video.
I have
clip
no
later
clue
and
what's
sing
going
it
on
to
now.
Havana Gila.
You're gonna do it. Wait, you're gonna do what in my video clip?
I'm gonna take that video clip later and sing
I
it
said
up
I
to
have
the
no
Havana
idea what's
Gila.
going on now.
Is it bad? I'm just like entertained just watching this and listening to the song.
Like,
Oh, God,
people
so
do
good.
worse things on streams. Like, this is entertaining for all that happen to see it. Like, anyone who streamed that I walk into and the background is just a single GIF going over and over, and then they're
I think
laughing.
a really nice touch is probably the eagle phasing out of the ground.
Like they're like
So
slowly
fine.
like yeah.
Yes.
They just keep going. They just
Yes.
The way this progresses, it looks like the first one that comes out poops out all of the subsequent ones.
Oh my god, it's true! Well, you gotta get those like mad squats in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
now.
This is
My
what,
turn! My turn! Nerd broke me last stream! My turn to break! I went.
But see, I'm not getting up and leaving like you did.
I'm sorry, I literally, like, couldn't breathe. It was a bad time. I'm better now, promise.
We're pausing this so we can...
It just keeps going.
Then someone's just gonna clip this. It's just gonna be forever in my clips. Oh, okay.
Well, all that laughing made me really need to piss, so I'm gonna be back.
There you go, pee.
we straight up need to form a Twitch team of just the little guys and do one stream a week where it's a bunch of streamers on one channel just doing random shit.
Well, we bunch of us, because we're all kind of small streamers. We were playing D&D all together.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
like our session's been put on hiatus, and I dropped out of our Game of Thrones stream because I had no idea how my schedule was going to be with work. So I'm like, it's not fair if I'm only there for like 10 minutes.
What?
The way I like to put it is I'm unemployed, but I'm also fun employed because I get to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
When I don't have like a DJ gig or something, I can just be on here whenever I want, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say try contacting the park for DJ gigs, but they get really, really picky who they employ.
Yeah, like legit, my deal is all of my music comes off the internet. I don't download any of it because the gigs I've had music all the way from like the early 1900s to now. So
Excuse me.
I just played a 70-year-old woman's birthday party. That's my latest gig. I got to play "Low" by Flo Rida at that, which was truly special. And this set was on the dance floor getting it. I was like, we about to have to call a doctor because she gonna break a hip if she keep going like that.
Oh my god.
Like, Granny was cranking it up.
Yeah. I mean, she.
Nobody says any of the slang words that I use anymore. Like, I think they all went out in '92, and I just grew up with them and decided I was using them, and fuck everyone.
I use mostly gay slingo, so lingo, not slingo, lingo.
Lingo Star, he's the gay beetle.
Yes.
They really talked about him.
Oh, puppers.
I want to do a stream where we just try to compile a book of the world's worst puns.
That would be like an amazing YouTube video, actually. That really would.
Like, that's the kind of stuff I like to watch, just silly nonsense.
See,
sometimes there can be a game interwoven, but...
Or you're just playing. No, what you do in those cases, you just play Town of Salem. It just calls ultimate fuckery. Like, you're not even serious. Okay, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna do this in the process while we play Town of Salem, guys.
Yep.
Because like Town of Salem is like perfect for that. And I also realized I have a game on my Steam. Where is it? Me and my like 93 games called where is it? not Town of Salem. It's called like Throne of Lies. That's like Town of Salem. I've bought this. I've never played it.
What is it?
It's
It's like
it's like a 3D online multiplayer game of social deduction, mischief, and betrayal, inspired by medieval politics in the werewolf mafia genre. Sit around a tabletop and attempt to distinguish friend from foe before it's too late. It's like it seems a lot like Town of Salem, but slightly different.
yeah.
And I need to play it one day.
You've never played it before?
No, I haven't played it before. I've bought it. I've never done anything with it. And it's
That's
like, hey,
that's the best games. You know those are the best games. The ones you have enough interest to buy and then they sit there.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
like I also need to buy the Coven DLC for Town of Salem as well. But I need this thing called Mooney. Like I need Mooney.
Yeah.
But I also want Mooney so I could buy South Park the Fracture But Whole game. So what I'm hoping is I'm able to pick up my paycheck on Friday. Hopefully the bank's open, deposit my check, and just come home and buy it and download it while waiting to go to my cousin's house. No, Cuphead. I want to get Cuphead. Oh, I want Cuphead.
I was getting ready to say, if you want to do a stream of like the South Park Fractured But Whole, then Alyssa and I have it because we downloaded it like on launch day. So it's on our PS4, and we could probably set something up to where like we can get together and just stream the shit out of it.
Yeah, we can work on that. We can set up a day for that one day.
Yeah.
Because, like, the one I really want to stream is Cuphead, because someone told me, it's like, it makes you rage so hard. And I'm like...
I hear it's super hard.
Yeah, but I'm like, I am the person, I can replay the same mission 20 times and keep dying and not get upset. I'm just like, okay, let me try this way. Let me try this way. If this game can really get me to rage, it's going to be really interesting. Because I don't rage playing video games. I do not. So, it's going to be really interesting.
So...
But also, I want to get.
Yeah,
I think my computer's dying again.
Oh god, your computer keeps dying all the time.
This like 2013 model HP laptop that's literally falling apart. Like apparently has no cooling power.
Ooh, that's not good.
It's so bad. I need to just get like a bunch of those square ice packs that kids used to take in their lunches. They probably still do, but you know, I'm not a kid anymore, so I don't know.
They still do, trust me.
I'm just over here like, I don't know for sure. I've not been there. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Never used it when I was growing up.
I used them all the time.
I used to have like sorry if I interrupted someone. My chat is going wonky because my computer's weird.
Have you thought about trying to get a Chromebook at least, because they're cheap dudes?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna actually talk to Alyssa when she gets home, and we might order me something online because this computer's just garbage. I could use hers, but it's really low end Walmart deal.
Yeah, you try to get a Chromebook so you at least have something, and they're pretty decent. Hey, Shy. Get to work, bitch.
Get to work, bitch.
Gotta work, bitch. That's gonna be something that's gonna be forever part of the stream. Up there with me calling myself low budget.
Yeah, low budget. Better work, bitch.
No, because I'm low budget. All right. Let's get back to the stream.
Low budget, bitch.
All right.
Now that chaos happened.
All right. So it starts off with you, Shy.
Okay. Okay. I'll purchase the ad space as soon as I leave this infernal hole, Juhi says. But you're distracted as Me Chip Hallelujah pops up to approve your transfer. Now, what do you want your message to the public say? Juhi asks. You pause to consider your answer, but then you realize you know exactly what you want to say. You all know what the Apple name and what the hero Captain Hammer have always stood for. Today, I have two priorities: saving my unjustly persecuted parents and making sure that President Victon pays for his heinous crimes. Heinous? Wow, I can't just read today.
What's reading?
Championing. What are we?
The college students are sitting here going, "What is reading?"
The English major is sitting here mispronouncing heinous.
The sociology major here saying, "Why am I with people when I hate people?"
The music major is over here trying to count the 4 and failing.
All of us have problems.
Then Andrew's just like, eh.
Well, I'm an art major, and I'm literally sitting here drawing. Nobody listening. So.
Well, I mean, that works too. Championing the kind of freedom that all Americans.
Yeah.
Thanks. I hate it. No. Power.
You just cut yourself out. Shy.
Hi.
Shy. I think she
Shy.
blew out her microphone. The only reason why we can't hear her.
That's when you know things have gotten real.
Yeah,
When the
she
mic's
locked
low.
herself out.
My friend literally just killed my Discord because he started screaming about the new Ruby episode.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Nexus! I'm going to say your name aloud because I want you to suffer for that. No, I'm kidding. So, I'm not a horrible person, I swear.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
Horrible people are the best people.
We are.
This is 2017. Like,
This is true.
let's be real. If you're actually a functioning person in the world today, you're not a good person.
Not a good person.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why everybody who is under 25 can't do shit.
haha.
That makes me in an unusual place because I am 25.
Yeah.
You're like
you
in a
and my
little
wife.
between can do shit and can't do shit.
Yeah. Like, I can figure out what health insurance I want, but I can't figure out how to do life.
It's like you can figure out what kind of health insurance you want, but then you have to figure out how to pay for it. That's what I was doing.
I use the health market. I only
Yeah,
pay $22 a
ended
month.
I ended up just looking at Lissa and saying, well, you have insurance and we're getting married. I'll just wait. There's my dog making an appearance.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. I'm surprised none of my cats have tried to come on here.
Who else is still watching the Dancing Eagles?
I keep going back to it like every few seconds. I'm not gonna lie.
I have it turned down because otherwise the stream would just be over because I would just sit there and watch it.
So the whole time, yeah, make everyone watch it. Make everyone suffer.
Alright, but back to the game.
Right.
Alright, so
Yeah.
which one do we want to pick?
Yeah.
I'm for championing the kind of freedoms for all Americans, power, unpowered, deserve, and standing against the discriminatory principles. Wait, what? Are we saying we're standing against the shit he's done, or is it trying to be he's going to go view a like justice panel for the shit he's done, like what we want to be done to a certain Cheeto, off-brand Cheeto.
Off-brand Cheeto. Agreed about the off-brand Cheeto.
Yes, it's an insult to Cheetos to say he's a Cheeto.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, for real, yeah, really.
So let's do the last one. I know. I say let's play dearly for his crimes. With the champion one. The second one.
Dearly first. Yeah, okay. His I can't pronounce heinous crimes. In keeping with this theme.
It took us over the freedom 50%. In keeping with this stance, I encourage all those who share my vision to stand up for their rights peacefully, follow my example, and act on your beliefs. Help infinity-powered subjects to persecution. Rebel! Stand apart as proud figures. Make your voice be heard by speaking the ugly truth. Make your voice be heard!
Preach that word!
Preach that word, so let's see what that did. We went over feared. We went 50% over feared.
Whoops.
We were over feared. No, now people are getting scared of us.
I mean, we are pretty powerful and imposing and threatening and have big muscles.
As long as our freedom and our ideals are over... Well, our freedom, ideals, and justice. Those are my three things that I am. But like our offensive and defensive is now 50-50.
My God.
Yes.
Seems legit.
I am legit. You finish speaking, knowing that there's no more you need to say for now, at least.
Consider the message sent, Dewey says, her eyes twitching back and forth as she takes her mental notes. Now. Dewey is distracted as Prodigal re-enters the lair with Terry in her arms. Terry is wrapped in a dirty towel and lies eerily still. Seeing this, Dewey's jaw drops. Please tell me that you did not just...
Terry was suffering greatly, Prodigal says in her voice cold. And I don't know when I'll be able to come back to take care of her. So I put her out of her misery. Unless, of course, you would have offered to take her in.
Jew is silent, and so are you. Because for better or for worse, you know that this is Prodigal's idea of mercy.
Don't presume you know what it is to be a stray uppity witch, Prodigal says, feeling the judgment thrown away. Now let's see you to your swift exit.
Sashay away.
Sashay away. Lip, Shantae, you stay. Junie, sashay away.
You sit in the tiny bathroom, taking a few minutes to gather yourself while Prodigal lays Terry to rest, whatever that means. You perch on the toilet lid, staring at the cellular burner phone on your hands. When you asked Prodigal if there was any way you could make a secure call, she handed you this. It's an older model from the days before they rolled out the Me chip. Prodigal says she rigged it to be untraceable, and you believe her, though you assume she must be able to listen in on every word at the same time. It doesn't matter, because you need to call Jenny, and all that's left is to decide what to say to her.
Make sure my husband is good.
Great. This had better not be who I think it is. Jenny's voice crackles over the cell phone. It's so strange to hear Jenny and not be able to see her. How did people ever carry on conversations like this?
Jenny, it's me, you say.
Have you lost your ever-loving, slugging mind?
I love how that lovin's not in there, but it fits so well.
Oh, whoops. Yeah,
No, it
I
really
was just like,
fits.
it really does, yeah. Jenny hisses, obviously holding back a scream.
Jenny, oh no, I know what I'm doing. Doing seems crazy, but listen, you have to.
No, I get a cryptic call from Grandma Apple telling me to come over. When I get there, I find a police ambush and the news that you both escaped with Prodigal? Crazy doesn't even begin to cover it. Where are you?
Can you please say I will have authority in that voice, please, for the love of God?
I can try. Oh god, fuck. Okay. I will have authority. Fuck,
No, it's,
I
I
messed
will
that
have
up.
order.
Jesus Christ almighty. You lost your ever-loving, slugging mind. I will...
You're laughing too hard.
Whoops.
Then never mind. Alright. I don't have time to explain it. I don't know how secure this car really is, you start, but I need you to trust that what I'm doing is the right thing. Especially because I need you to find me and help me. I need you to make sure Grandma stays safe no matter what. Please don't try to find me. I don't want you risking your life again. I need you to find out everything you can about what Prodigal has been to the past 6 months. Protect Grandma.
Protect Grandma.
Protect Grandma.
I'm on it, Ginny says.
But how are you going to?
I said I'm on it, Ginny interrupts. We need to hang up now.
You're about to respond, but you hear a line click as Jenny hangs up. Slugger. Oh, we have 1% more relationship with Jenny than we do with Grandma.
Ooh.
You know it's a waste of time and try to call Jenny back. So all you can do, you hope she does what you ask. Taking a deep breath, you lean back against the wall. So much has happened so quickly. You haven't spared a second to try to gather your thoughts. And you've been acting purely on instinct without any time to stop and think. So you take a moment to read over the letter from your parents your grandma managed to slip to you. Figuring that nothing else will help more grounding and remind you what you're fighting for. Holding the letter in your hands, you scan the words, knowing your favorite part has to be, how does it feel to finally fly higher than you ever thought possible? You'll always be our little flyboy. This is not the life we've hoped for ourselves, but to see you're doing such incredible things, it somehow makes it worth the while. Lip, we have to start this letter by saying one thing first. We're so proud of you, and we know you did the right thing. My parents sign off at last, Mom and Dad. So which one will make you cry the most? Yeah, drink that beer to help calm yourself down.
Calm the pain.
Calm the pain, and I'm sitting here drinking water.
Probably a sign off because we have been sticking to the at last.
Yeah. Reading this over, you know you have to do this for your parents. No matter what the cost of your career as a hero, you have to say them. Because if you don't, this could be the last you hear from them ever. The odds are stacked against you. President Victon has placed a reward on you and Prodigal. So every bounty hunter, law enforcement agent, mercenary, hero, villain, and government agency will be looking for you to cash in. Not to mention that you have limited use for your powers. And are working with a madwoman and have a real ticking clock on your parents' execution. Under these conditions, how will you navigate a hostile nation at the time to save your parents and topple their president? Despite these overwhelming odds, you're going to find a way because you don't have any other choice. With that in mind, you place the letter in your pocket and step back into the lair to find Prodigal sitting in a massive swivel chair, legs crossed and waiting for you.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Yes, I love her. Seriously, do you practice ways to be creepy? You ask, nearly jumping as you see her.
What can I say? It's a gift, Prodigal says, spinning to her feet. Alrighty, woo! Now that we're alone, I can finally tell you the secret location where Miss Artillery's being kept. You pause because you thought it was going to be so much tougher to get the information out of Prodigal. You remain silent, hoping she'll roll right into this very important intel. Blessed the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Prodigal hums, and as she does, your blood runs cold.
Wait, are you saying that?
Indeedly do. The meek are holding Mother Darling hostage, Prodigal finishes, on none other than the blessed vessel, the newly created Meek Movement Independent Nation, Scientology, which is located on a giant mobile cruise ship that moves around the American coastline. As Prodigal finishes her florid announcement with one final twirl, all you could think is Slugger perfect. Now you can add breaking into the most remote, secure, anti-power hub on the planet to your list of obstacle tasks. Great, you think. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Part 2, Chapter 4.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You stare up at all the wall paintings and your stomach turns. They're grouped by category, with neat, minimalist headers like powered brutality and humble talents, with scenes depicting each subject, though the most horrifying sector by far is Meek Inheritance, which featuring futuristic portraits of the Bukele family life set beside mass power graves or concentration camps. Looking these over, you feel sick, like someone's run poison through your veins. Then you feel a cold rage pour through you instead. So this is what the Meek movement really stands for, behind closed doors. Lip! Now is not the time for gallery gazing! Prodigal hisses from down the hall. I found their computer mainframe room.
Yes, mother.
You and Prodigal agree that accessing the remote computer system at the Meek Movement's Millennia City headquarters was the fastest way to determine the Blessed Vessel's current location. Since it was already in the middle of the night, or really early morning, you both figure there was no time like the present to break in and enter. Before you left, Prodigal told you that her friend's lair was going to be useless now that Ginny had seen you there, so you both ransacked it for anything that might prove useful, and you snagged a grab bag full of goodies. You never thought you'd be sporting a utility belt filled with Prodigal invented weaponry, but since you can't use your powers, you're going to have to find some creative way to fight the enemies you're bound to face. What was that? Oh.
I mean, yeah.
You got a pretty sickening arsenal, but you're most excited about these plasma pistols, the one-of-a-kind invisibility generator, bundle of EMP flash sticks, micro cameras, collapsible energy staff, grappling gun, hover wings, Daggett, a pack of flashbang stun grenades, the telelock that brought me here. Is it bad I'm excited about the grappling gun?
I mean, you have the
so
classic,
old school.
Batman grappling gun right there.
Exactly. I say grappling gun.
I'm in.
Yeah. As useful as this weapon belt might prove to be, you actually thought Prodigal would have some more traditional weapons at her disposal, but of course she reminded you that her powers enable her to create more simple kind of weaponry on the fly, so there's not much need to have any extra around. You also needed to change your outfit since you were still in your civilian clothes from the leaked safe house. Conventionally and creepily enough, Prodigal had a few options for you. A replica of my dad's Fury costume, a version of my original, a sleek all-black Lyrica costume. What the fuck is the Lyrica? It's my question. I am going to Google this because I am curious.
That's lycra. It's what strippers wear. Lyrica is actually a medication.
Oh my god.
I forget what it does, but I remember Alyssa studying about it.
Oh my god.
But lycra is what strippers wear.
Just so you know.
So,
You know. Is it bad? I'm kind of leaning though towards the dad's costume.
Well, yes, but let's do it.
Yes. Though you decided to scale it back to the simpler form, you don't want to be recognized right now. After that, you piled into a custom-built hoverpod Prodigal had parked in a nearby garage. You ask Prodigal why she couldn't have just whipped up some teleport technology. But she said
Nice.
that she doesn't mess with teleportation much. Apparently, the science is crazy complicated, and the radiation damage wreaks havoc on the body if overused. Prodigal overmade her telelocks because she was able to sell them for a small fortune, but apparently it takes her months to craft just one, and they're only good for a short distance between one-way rooms. Instead, Prodigal stashed these egg-shaped hoverpods all over Millennium City to get around. In fact, Prodigal explained that she used one of these high hoverpods to get into your lakeside safe house, but the police had already discovered it by the time you escaped. The hoverpods are designed with completely smooth edges to avoid radar detection. Oh my
Nice.
god. Are mirror coated, making them near invisible, and they're also equipped with the finest anti-tracking security system and capable of hitting 400 miles with hairpin maneuverability, even in uttermost atmospheric conditions. You would not get me on that thing. Oh, fuck no. Alright, you want to read?
Sure. Once you arrived at the Meek MCHQ, you had no trouble breaking in undetected. Thanks to the Prodigal's powers, and luckily the buildings appears to be empty. You're expecting some kind of high-tech complex. But really, this HQ is just a low-security building that houses some computers and private Meek collections, so it's not highly guarded. You've been searching for the Meek's on-site computer hub so Prodigal can hack in and discover the Blessed Vessel scheduled initiary. Though once you entered the restricted halls, there were all kinds of nasty surprises. Posters touting anti-powered doctrines, pictures of secret celebrity Meek members, self-defense training rooms, the list goes on and on. Though you were most distracted by the little homemade art gallery where you stand. You shake your head and walk out. As you walk out, trying to brush off some of the disgust you feel. You have always known beneath their peaceful, altruistic facade, the Meek movement is a militant organization based on fear and hatred. You just never realized how it would feel to see hatred materialize and memorialized like this. Especially as you spot your own face depicted in a portrait near the door. There you stand, right beside the crushed Prodigal and Black Magic, under a banner that reads, Infinity Despots, the face of the enemy. As you stare at the painting, all you can think is, I'm going to burn the Meek movement to the ground. How can anyone hate me before they've even met me? Will humans always find arbitrary reasons to divide and discriminate? I can't waste another moment of my time on these bigots. I'm going to expose the Meek movement for who they truly are. Is Black Magic even an infinity powered? I mean, I know we're mad at him, but still.
Excuse me. I want to say I want to expose them for who they truly are. That's me.
I like that.
All right. I'm like constantly checking our freedom to make sure it's good.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You exit the gallery and enter a room further down the hall to find Prodigal seated before a hollow screen, whizzing through menus and commands at a dizzying pace.
See anything you like, Schnookums? Prodigal asked. Something for the mantelpiece, perhaps?
Let's just get the coordinates and get out of this slugging hellhole, you respond.
Oh, shucks. You mustn't let those naysayers get you out of... Oh, fudge berries. Prodigal falls silent as the hollow screen displays a 3D map of America with a red route line designating the Blessed Vessel's course. It appears that the ship navigates in the international waters surrounding the country in random patterns, but a month ago it switched from the Pacific Ocean routes into the ones in the Atlantic Ocean. You figure that something must have done with a certain Victon upgrade from MC's City Hall to the White House. Trevor, baby! Come here, baby. Come here, Trevor. That's my buddy. Come here. Okay, I'll let you come. There, Prodigal says, pointing to a red dot off the coast of Washington, D.C., indicating the blessed vessel's current location. It looks like we're going to have a road trip, chicken. What the fuck was that, cat? You turn to give Prodigal your best withering stare, but you're surprised to find a plasma contrail streaking in the space where Prodigal used to be. Oh my god. You don't even have a chance to scream before you feel something slam into you, knocking you into the ground. Then you feel your arms pin you down. You hear a low growl beside your ear with hot breaths streaming onto your neck. That was for stealing my patent, you psycho bitch! A familiar voice says from across the room. You look up to find a grubby-looking man standing with a smoking plasma cannon pointed at the hole in the wall where Prodigal just sat. What the hell are you doing, cat? Come here. Come here. Ouch. It's okay, baby. I got you. I have it, Trevor. Alright. One look at his shoulder-length hair and gaunt face, and you realize this Tracker, the gratuitous thief you encountered on your very first night as a hero. What the slugger is he doing? But that thought fades as gray hair of Rottweiler snout obscures your view, dripping frosty drool onto your chin. I've been waiting for another taste of apple flesh for years. The Rottweiler barks in your ear, and you twist to find it's the Hound, one of the prominent villains in your parents' Sound and Fury rogue galleries. From what you've seen of your parents' battles with the Hounds, he was one of their most vicious enemies, since he chose not to curb the canine instincts of his animalistic powers. The Hound has been obsessed with your parents and your family for decades. You've always figured one of your parents' old villains would come out of the woodworks once your identity, hi cat, was outed. And that makes sense that the Hound would choose to do so now. Still, 1,000 questions about why and how these two are here together run through your mind until the Hound presses his wet nose against your neck. Alright, go down. I know you want down, Trevor. Are you that fat you can't jump down? Purring, that's... Okay, fine.
Life is the struggle.
Yes. No, he's like, I don't want to be picked up. Now he's sitting here purring. Apple fear. Oh, okay. You're too fat. You're going down. You almost fell and clawed my skin. I like my leg, thank you. Alright. Apple fear. Oh, it smells so fucking sweet. Do you want to do Tracker?
I guess? Go to town, Tracker says. We just need his body, dead or alive.
Well, you can sort out the details later, assuming that there is later. Right now, you need to act. You need to crop it like it's hot, honey. Me chip, hallelujah, activates in your... Create some space between you and these fools. The Hound has you pinned down very tightly, but lucky your left hand rests on part of your weapon's belt. You can manage to reach a couple of items there if you're lucky. Use the invisibility generator, the telelock, or an immediate energy pulse.
I'm not actually sure. I guess since it's like a 2v1 situation, we should probably get out of there first.
Telelock?
Yeah.
Alright. Clutching the telelock, you close your eyes and send a mental command by picturing Prodigals' fringes lair. Next thing you know, the weight of the on top of you is gone. You open your eyes to find yourself back in the empty lair. Standing up, you try to think fast. The telelock will only be able to teleport you back to the Meek HQ, so you got a one-way ticket, which means you have to fight when you return. You've cleared the space of any useful weapons, but at least you have the element of surprise. Just as you think this, you see Terry's makeshift tomb on the corner and come up with an idea.
Oh dear.
You watch Tracker scream in horror, scrambling across the floor. You suppose that seeing you spontaneously reappear in the Meek HQ would spook anyone, but the fact you tossed the dead body of Tracker's former pet parrot in his face probably pushed him over the edge. Tracker starts screaming and flailing, and the nearby blasted the Hound square in the chest with his cannon. With Tracker still reeling, the Hound tries to come at you again, but you knock him back with a kick to the stomach. Now the Hound and Tracker both scramble to their feet, recovering from the attacks. At least now you have the upper hand.
Round on my location, I've got Captain Hammer and Prodigal, Tracker says into his meat chip. Slugger, it looks like these two aren't here alone. The job you did breaking into this HQ must not have been as flawless as you first thought. There are probably no guards to bypass, because the moment you entered, the Meek must have registered the break-in and alerted this squad to come take you out. You look from Tracker to the Hound and see they both wear black uniforms with navy blue accents. Though they should be wearing prison jumpsuits. Whoever sprained these two out of jail went to find you and Prodigal badly. Tracker has the power to locate any person or object on the planet, while the Hound has first-rate canine tracking senses. I thought I was gonna say series for a minute there. That would make no sense. You push these thoughts aside. You can figure out who sent them after you take them down. I owe you some love, Captain Hammer, Tracker says, training his plasma gun cannon on you. Open wide. You're deciding how to send some of your own love back towards Tracker when suddenly Prodigal leaps through the hole in the wall, shrieking like a mad woman. Tracker quickly turns his plasma cannon and fires at her, but the blast just collides with one of Prodigal's kick shields as she tumbles across the floor. The Hound takes his turn, launching at Prodigal with his paw claws extended. Wow, that's original paw claws.
Paw claws.
Prodigal just spins around him in one swift motion and grabs the Hound by the fur on the back of his neck, using her momentum to toss the Hound at the Tracker. Tracker tries to sidestep the Hound, but he's too slow, and they collide, crashing onto the floor. Standing in front of you with her costume burnt and torn, Prodigal produces two of her biggest signature plasma guns.
My turn, Prodigal says, raising both guns at the Hound and Tracker as they try to disentangle themselves. Then Prodigal unexpectedly groans and doubles over, dropping both guns. What the slugger? You step forward to finish this fight, but you spot movement in the hallway through a large window in the room's wall. Your blood rose cold as you see the four fingers. Splicina, Scoundrel, Steeth, and Knoll. I'm finished remembering these four.
I don't remember half of these.
Scroundle was the turkey chick from the
Oh yeah,
Hero
she
Project.
was a turkey.
Knoll was Jenny. I think Spalina was someone from the first book, and I don't remember Steve. So.
Can we see who Sheath is?
Yeah. Sheath was the semifinalist from the Hero Project who got cut at the final selection. You're not sure what he's doing here, but given the fact that he's a gnarly lionish animalistic power with a shattery lethal pass as a potential serial killer,
Well,
not completely shocking he'd be hunting you. That is fucked up.
yeah,
That's probably
I think.
why he got cut. He's a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, it's a good likely possibility. I'm finished.
Okay. All these hunters are from your days of the Hero Project, and they were all wearing the same black and navy bodysuits. What are they doing here with Tracker and the Hound? Who could have put these together, this little horror show of a team? You suppose you can just add these to the list of questions you don't have time to answer for right now.
Prodigal, we've got company, you shout, pointing to the window.
Particle clocks the oncoming friendlies and strains to produce a blue coiled bomb, a miniature version of the one she used back on the first night you battled Smithers' Splice Circle. You know firsthand how deadly these things can be, but before you can say anything, Particle chucks the bomb at Tracker and the Hound and then spins to run by. Ooh. Follow me! Particle screams as she goes. You turn to find a set of open vault doors leading to some kind of hardware storage chest. Particle must have noticed those before she decided to blow up the room. You turn and jump into the hardware vault, and Particle slams the door behind you, just in time to block out the bomb blast. As the explosion clears, you're thankful to see the doors of hell. Still, you have no idea who the blast managed to take out. So you turn to Prodigal and says, "You probably just killed him, you psycho. That's unacceptable. Next time, let me get a piece of them too. What the slugger happened with your power spec there? Are you okay?"
I mean, we're not a big fan of killing, but also what happened with her powers?
At the same time, I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, true. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay. Are you okay? You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Dun, 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 dun. Spickety and spam, chicken, Particle says. Though Tracker's plasma burst did knock me forward to loop, I was only fast enough to show myself partially. Still, I think we both know who's got the last laugh. Prodigal dusts off her costume, which is burnt and battered where the blast broke through. Who else was out there?
She, Scoundrel, Blessina, and you start taking a deep breath. What looked like someone in a null suit.
You and Prodigal both fall silent for a few beats after that. Maybe if we're lucky, that blast annihilated them all. Particle tries. You stare back at Prodigal, not sure if you find that thought comforting or horrifying yet. Luckily, you don't have to decide as a bang sound against the other side of the door. For better or worse, someone survived to keep coming for you. We only have a few minutes before those doors burst open, if that, Particle says. So here's what I'm thinking. If more than two survive, I'll create a hollow decoy versions of us, programmed to run off. That should get whoever's left up there to split up or get us off our tails for a bit. But if that's Placida witches out there, I want a piece of her myself. Particle snarls. She's been trying to outshine me with her life force tech business for years. Anyways, do you think you can handle the old beastie if it comes down to it?
That's not Jenny out there, you say a little too loudly. And yes, I can handle whoever it is.
You say the words and hope they are true, because really, without your powers, you're going to have to rely on strategy, your smarts, and surroundings to get out of here alive.
If we get separated, I'll meet you in the back alley where we left the hover pad. You say, trying to speak over the banging against the vault doors. Then we can figure out how we're going to DC.
Divine, Prodigal sings. Now, before we break on through the other side, I have a little tidbit I've been meaning to share with you. It takes you more about your damn powers that I've uncovered during my IRP surveillance. My cat is just giving me a strange look like, what the fuck is that voice? You stand ready to burst open the mainframe vault doors and for a fight. Because Prodigal just explained to you that every time you use your powers, you strengthen them as a little. This translates into something you're both calling power regain points. Every time you use a power, it adds a power regain point. The more you accumulate, the sooner you'll regain your fully restored powers. However, using this power has greatly cost, and not to mention the strain also reduces half of the power cost to your level. As your powers will be unreliable at best, there's no guarantee that they'll work the way you want them to. Though Prodigal explained to you that you accumulate points, your powers will become more effectively and cost less. So you know moving forward you're going to have to strike a balance between using your powers and relying on less traditional methods. As for now, you have 0 out of 8. Equipped with this knowledge, you're ready to face off of whoever's on the other side, especially whatever imposter is in that null suit. As you open the vault door, you two surprisingly convince hollow decoys of yourself. Prodigal darts out of the charred room and blasts through the hole in the wall. As they take off, you see all four of the newcomers survive the blast unscathed. But Tracker and the Hound don't stand with them. Slugger, Noel's distorted voice shouts. Slicer Triangle, go after the runner. Splicina, stick with me for these two. Perfect. Not Prodigal whispers, activating a frequency jammer in her hand. You know that keep Noel from calling you from scoundrel safe back for now. But it won't buy you that much time, so you're going to have to act fast to escape this alive. As Splicina takes a step towards you, Prodigal shrieks and leaps at her, shouting indiscernible obscenities.
I'm just imagining it, and I love it.
Splicina screams and twists her arm back, cutting at Prodigal with her sharp techno wings. Prodigal dodges with a mid-air spin and then lands a kick that sends Splicina reeling into the next room. You're distracted from watching the rest of the scratch match, however, as Noel steps forward in front of you.
Who the slugger is under there? You practically growl.
What's the matter? Noel says. Don't recognize an old friend when you see one hot shot. You scream and leap at Noel in a blind of rage. You need to take the helmet's face mask to see who's underneath. Thinking fast, you smash the helmet with your fist. A gritter that fell from the roof in Prodigal's explosion. The base of the energy staff from my belt. Let's smack him with that improv weapon.
Fell from the roof?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You bash the helmet. Even though Noel tries to sidestep your blow, whoever is in there is slow. Another good sign it's not Jenny. As Noel staggers backwards, the face mask shatters and Noel struggles to rip it off. And underneath it you see none other than Rexford Schillingers. He's the one wearing the Noel suit. The representation of the figure that ended up ruining his life. That's kind of funny.
Ironic.
This devoid suit cost a fortune, Rexford snarls. As usual, you're gonna slug and pay for that, Eugene Hazard. As you see the face of the man who took advantage of you in the Hero Project, the man who dampened your powers and tried to publicly shame you, the man who is now working with your greatest enemy and defaming your best friend by stealing her persona, and all you feel is cold anger. Do you like my little covered squad? Rexford says, walking towards you. A nice parade of enemies from your past with all world-class tracking powers. Your reporter friend and Prodigal put up some impressive defenses. But there's no one who can hide from the infinite elite.
Okay. So what, your buddy Victon sprung you out of jail, you ask, wanting to get as much information as possible out of Rexford while you can. He does tend to babble upon rage.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the origin-revealing portion of this program has come to a close, Rexford says. Now comes the part where you die. Rex, or Devoid, you suppose, runs at you, equipping his rocket launchers, knuckle Uzis, and laser cannons.
Oh my god.
Shit. Okay. You have only seconds to decide what's more important for you. Do you value the freedom to engage in a grudge match against Rexford, even if it's risky and potentially compromising your mission to save your parents? Or do you value the security of doing the safe thing? Fuck this shit. I want to beat his ass. Can we beat his ass?
I'm like,
Yeah, take him down right here and now.
right here and now.
Or do we want... Yeah, let's do right here and now.
I clicked it already. I'm like, oh, no, I'm there.
There's no question that Rexford is too big of a threat to be behind. After all he's done to you, getting settled scored with him would be a nice perk. So how do you want to handle him? Neutralize him, cripple him, or we murder his ass?
Do it.
I say we cripple his ass. We're still not a killer.
Yeah, let's cripple him.
Yeah. Rexford just put through hell. So he figures it's time to return the favor. That knockoff null armor is still hella energy resistant. Me, Chip Hollow says in here. But that ugly mug of his is exposed.
Ooh.
Coming at you, Rexford tries to hit you with a left hook, but you duck underneath his fist. Then he tries to nail you with a roundhouse, but you stretch forward over his leg and leap into a somersault. As he spins to make his next move, you see your opening to make a move of your own. Blast him with a plasma pistol, impaired his senses, or flatten him. Let's take away his sight.
You said sights, and I immediately thought, I've got you.
You wait until
Whoops.
Rexford's right in front of you. Then you spin around him and toss an entire pouch of flashbangs at his back. You close your eyes and cover your ears to protect against the intense flash and bang. Though they're only meant to stun, they still pack a successive explosion and burning heat. Especially 10 of them at that close. When you open your eyes, Rexford lays on the ground, his back of the devoid chute ripped open and his spine bent in an impossible angle.
Yuck.
Seeing him there on the floor, you doubt he'll ever walk again. Though, God, shit. Shit. That is brutal. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
He never walked again, though who knows? Maybe he'll get a really great surgeon. And Rexford once said to you, sometimes the end justifies the means for the greater good. Taking that moment to savor the sight, you then run towards the door. It's time to get to the back alley into the hoverpod. Running into the back alley, you find Prodigal already outside, leaning against the mirror surface of the hoverpod. As you approach, you realize there's a piece of metal ring jutting out of her shoulder. Splacina got it in a few good hits, Prodigal chuckles. But I guess who's the baddest bitch still standing? Ignoring Prodigal, you open the hoverpod door because you can already hear the sounds of police sirens approaching. Psst. Hey, Shy.
Oh, okay, yeah. I lost.
Shy.
Got lost for a minute.
She
Yes!
got lost in my eyes.
Oh, you know it.
But you
I have my
We have
stream
to
up.
go now.
can't see.
Yeah. Like, I have stream up. We have to go now, you say. But do you need to try and heal before we...
Alright. This little souvenir is actually a bomb. Prodigal says, sighing at your eye as your eyes grow. Don't worry, it won't go off as long as it stays in my shoulder. I have to disarm it before it comes out, but I need time and space for that, which means we need to get somewhere safe to regroup.
Then let's go, you start. But stop, because just underneath the sirens, you swear you can hear the sound of a turkey gobbling. Oh my god!
Hey, it's Thanksgiving next week. I mean...
True.
Alright. Still you, Shy.
I keep getting messages on my Discord, sorry. I hadn't had a channel muted, and I thought I did. It's good now, though. Get down, you scream, ducking with Prodigal just in time to dodge a winged claw swipe from Scoundrel. You swing your foot around and knock Scoundrel's turkey legs out from under her, then send an elbow into her snood. Sorry, I really like the word snood. You roll to the other side of the hoverpod because if Scoundrel is here, Sheath can't be too far behind. Sure enough, as Prodigal slips behind you, you see Sheath helping Scoundrel back to her turkey feet. Though really, you could probably have smelled Sheath before you saw him because he is rank.
Probably all that dead people.
Yeah.
What do you say, drumstick? Seath purrs, just groundle. Should we feast on the breast meat first? Or maybe make some of our own giblets?
Yuck. Scoundrel just pushes Sheath out of the way. You know firsthand how much she hates turkey jokes. calling out a shrill gobble. Scoundrel unfurls her turkey wings and prepares to charge.
Wow. We need to end this immediately. Prodigal says, her skin already looking alarmingly gray. Prodigal is right. These police sirens sound like they're coming right around the corner now. Not to mention Sheath and Scoundrel are both extremely vicious, daily animal powers who you'd rather not tangle with. We can either blast them out of existence, no mercy, probably killing them in the process. Appeal to Scoundrel or appeal to Sheath. I say let's do Scoundrel.
Appeal to Scoundrel?
Yes.
Alright. Scoundrel, what would Smither and Culloch say about what you're doing now, signing up to work with these anti-powered lunatics? You shout. Whatever you signed up for, it got you out of jail.
There's still more.
I was just like, wait, that sentence didn't make sense to me. So make it count and join the right side of this war. As you finish speaking, Scoundrel pauses. It looks like you might have actually gotten through to her. She realizes this too and turns to Scoundrel. Sheath realizes this too and turns to Scoundrel, growling. That's.
I know. I was looking at our stats. Come on, Butterball, he says. Don't let him play you like that. Scoundrel considers this for a few seconds, then charges at you along with Sheath. It looks like you prioritize revenge over ideals. Makes it difficult to recruit anyone to your cause. Checking your surroundings for a quick fix, you see that you're right next to a dumpster. As Sheath and Scoundrel come at you, you spin behind the dumpster and push it forward so it collides with the lethal duo. You then run for the hover pod that will only buy you a few seconds. Luckily, a few seconds is all you need to make your exit. What's inside the hover pod? Scoundrel tries to take controls, but she slumps in her seat, obviously in a lot of pain. So you take the driver's seat and bring up the hover pod into the sky. It moves like a dream, light as a ping pong, but built with the speed of a bullet. As you rev the engine, you realize it's going to be very fun. At least that's what you think until a squadron of power breaker battlesuits drop in front of the hoverpod. Slugger.
Prodigal, please tell me this thing has some defense capabilities.
That would make it too heavy. Prodigal coughs. This baby is built for speed, so you're going to have to outrun them.
Oh, God.
Yeah, before you can figure out a flight plan, you see a null/devoid battleship drop into the middle of the squadron. Slugger, you thought Rexford was... But the suit lights up, firing its rocket launchers into plasma cannons at full power, surrounding into the power breaker battlesuits. The squadron responds with the fires of their own, bullets riding the surface, but it unsheaths two plasma swords and begins slicing into the hover packs of the battlesuits, causing them to plummet. Now that has to be Jenny Yu.
Yeah.
Once the last of the power breaker battlesuits fall out of the sky, Noel turns to your hoverpod, her black ponytail. Yeah. Whipping in the wind. You open up the hoverpod hatch and let Noel fly inside. Not missing a beat, Noel pushes you into the passenger seat and takes control of the hoverpod, slipping open her face mask to reveal the real Jenny. Well, Prodigal starts. If it isn't a little miss, Jenny cracks Prodigal across the jaw with her fist, causing Prodigal to fall unconscious in the tiny black bench.
Oh my God.
Jenny, take it easy, you start. She's already...
She'll live, Jenny says, lifting the hoverpod into the upper atmosphere for a long-distance flight. Now be quiet. I need to focus on getting us somewhere we can regroup.
And where would that exactly be?
A little place I like to call Gay Gardens. What? I think I might have to go because I have to eat. I'm like getting so hungry, my stomach's starting to hurt.
That's fine. So we'll end the stream here tonight, guys. Thank you everybody who's come out. I will see you guys all Tuesday. I will not stream on Thursday next week because it's Thanksgiving. So, and I'll drop a little reminder about that on Tuesday and on Thanksgiving via Twitter. So, we will see you guys later.
Later.
Later.